welcome to the Black Educated Tea Podcast. And today's topic is when to let go. But you know, as always, before we get into the tea, let's get into this tea. So your girl drinking a goddess tea again. You know, I do it different ways sometimes. So sometimes I'll actually brew a tea bag, or sometimes I'll just actually take like two teaspoons and then I'll put it in like 16 ounces of water, let it sit overnight, and then, you know, the next morning I'll just drink it throughout the day. But I'm actually drinking a goddess tea today. Your girl trying to keep her skin clear, you know, trying to keep this weight off, even though the heat may help with keeping this weight off some, but I'm still trying to be proactive and find, you know, different ways to keep this weight off. But so today's topic is when to let go. And before we get into the topic, I wanted to touch on something real quick. I wanted to give a shout out to myself. I wanted to so this will be, I've been doing these candle making events, and they have been absolutely amazing. The turnout has been good. They have been selling out. So I want to give kudos to myself for getting out of my own way, getting out of my head, and going ahead and doing something that I really wanted to do. I've been wanting to do events for a long time now. I would always attend events and would want to be the person that's hosting the event, and I would be like, man, these ladies are doing an absolutely amazing job. That was me for years. I wanted to do these particular things for years. So I finally this year got out of my own way, got out of my comfort zone, and I started hosting the candle making events, and the turnouts have been absolutely amazing because I do a twist with the candle making. So we still do the candle making, but you know, we still have meditation sessions. We do self-love sessions. We do mid-year vision parties. We do, you know, self-love workbooks and things of that sort. So I incorporate other things into the candle making, because candle making is really, it's a hobby, it's therapeutic, but you know, it's trying to get the full effect of it. So the last one that I did, we did, you know, the candle making. We had a meditation session where we did, you know, breathing techniques and breathing practices. It is a whole meditation session, absolutely amazing. And then we did our mid-year vision board. You know, because a lot of times we'll do our vision board in the beginning of the year, and then we just let it sit, collect dust, we forget about it. So no, we did a whole mid-year vision board, because you know, you got to still keep those ideals and things formulated. You got to keep it going. So once again, kudos to myself for getting out of my own way, getting out of my comfort zone, and doing something that I wanted to do for years, and the fact that I'm doing it and it's really turning out amazing. I'm really proud of myself for that. So, and we have to do that. We have to, you know, congratulate ourselves and give yourself kudos when you have achieved something that's absolutely amazing. So let's go ahead and get back at the topic. When to let go. When do you know when it's time to let something go? For me, I usually have signs. You know, I usually get these signs from God, and I'll keep seeing certain things, even if it's certain numbers, or I keep seeing or hearing certain words, or it's, for me, it's always a message. It's always a message on when it's time to let something go. And when it came to jobs, even when it came to past relationships, I had so many red flags and so many signs to let something go, but I still didn't let it go. And people, please, don't let that be you. Don't let it get to the point where you're getting all these messages, you're getting all of these red flags, and you're still holding on. You know, you still got an ounce of hope. You're like, no, it's not really that bad. You know, it's not time to let go yet. But you know, deep down inside, it is time to let go. Let go. Let go. Have you ever seen the image where the person is holding the rope, and it's, you know, their hand is red and it's bleeding, and it's like if they just let the rope go, it'll stop all the pain. And like, easier said than done. Absolutely easier said than done. But I have been in that situation with jobs. I mean, I'm holding on and knowing I should have left months ago, but I'm still trying to hold on to the job. So I'm like, oh, it's really not that bad, and things may change. And you know what? Things did change. They got worse. That's what happened. because I should have been left the job 6 months beforehand, but I'm still trying to hold on, still thinking that, oh, things are going to get better, things are going to change, I'm praying on it, and God is going to deliver me, and he's going to, show me exactly what I need to do, when God was showing me all along what I needed to do. Just let it go. So you have to know when to let go. And pay attention to the signs, especially women. We have that intuition, so we know. Men as well, Men, you know when to let something go, because it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't sit well in your soul and your spirit. So ladies, we have so much clarity and so much intuition that we know when it's time to let something go. And that goes for jobs, especially relationships. Because we are probably quicker to let jobs go than we will relationships. Whether that's family, whether that's intimate relationships, we'll hold on like a dog holding on to the bone when it comes to those relationships. We will not let those toxic relationships go. Although you've had all the red flags, you've had all the signs, and everything around you is telling you to let it go, but you're still holding on. Oh, he's going to change, and oh, things are going to work out, I'm just going to keep praying, and I'm going to, just keep asking that this person. You cannot change anybody. The only person you can change is yourself. So stop that first off. Stop thinking that you can change someone. Absolutely impossible. You should not even want to change someone. They should want to change for themselves. So stop that. But there are so many flags telling you to leave this person alone. This person is lying to you. When you're around this person, you don't even have a good feeling. You're not smiling, especially if you're a cheerful person. And when you're around this person, you just feel your whole energy shift. It's time to let go. Let it go. I have done that. Like I said, I've done that with jobs. I've done it with relationships. I've done it with cars. We've all let some things go. But, one thing about letting stuff go is called growth as well. It's called, the fact that you're growing. If you continue to hold on to things that no longer serve you, whether that's a job, whether that's, relationships, whether that is a vehicle. Sometimes we'll hold on to a vehicle so long, you're like, okay, it's time to let it go. You have patched that car up as much as you could, time to let it go. If it's an antique and you just want to keep it, for show, that's fine. But you don't drive your antique every day. So if this is your everyday car and you have to keep patching it up, okay, it's time to let it go. Please just let it go, move on. Do the same thing with relationships. Do the same thing with your jobs, your career. Do the same things with so many different components in your life. If it's time to let it go, let it go. Because the thing is, if you do not let certain things go, you can't let new things come in at all. You're still holding on to baggage. You're still holding on to trash. You're still holding on to stuff. How can you expect something new to come in if you are still holding on to certain things? So know when to let go. Difficult at times. And it's probably more difficult when it comes to a job, or when it does, when it comes to people, especially when it comes to family, and then when it comes to those that you have relationships with. It can be very difficult. It's one of the most difficult things to let a toxic person go, because I know it was so difficult for me to remove toxic people away from me, because I felt like they weren't toxic toward me, but they were toxic toward everybody else in their life. So why was I so naive to think that at some point they wouldn't do me the same way? So let toxic people go out of your life. Know when to let go. If you've gotten something out of that friendship, that relationship, whatever it is, get what you got out of it and just move on from it. Let it go. Release it. Just release it. So I just wanted to briefly get on here and just ask you the question: when are you going to let go? And as always, I reflect that back to myself as well. Anytime I ask a question upon you, I ask myself that same question. And there are plenty of things in my life that I have just let go and release. And there are still some things that I need to let go and release. But I've been doing a really good job at, leaving some things behind, paying attention to the flags and just letting stuff go. So I want you to do the same. Ask yourself that. Why is it so hard to let go? When am I going to let go? Just let it go so you can be that new person, so you can continue to grow, so you can let in new abundant things that are coming for your life. So, as always, this is the Black Educated Tea Podcast. I would love to hear your comments and your reviews, and just give me your feedback on this particular topic. And as always, this is the Black Educated Tea Podcast.